only watch 5 action series for the rest of my life, these are the ones. Trust me, picking just 5 wasn't easy, but each of these blew my mind in a different way. Let's dive in. And hey, if you like this kind of content, don't forget to like and subscribe.
There are just some things everyone agrees are just wrong.
The Last of Us summary and why it made my top 5. The Last of Us is more than just a post-apocalyptic action series. It's a heart-wrenching journey about love, loss, survival, and the impossible choices we make in a broken world. Based on the iconic video game, the story follows Joel, a hardened smuggler, and Ellie, a teenage girl who might just be humanity's last hope. What starts as a job to transport her across the country turns into a deep, emotional bond that neither of them expected. What sets this series apart isn't just the terrifying infected or the brutal action, it's the quiet human moments in between. The storytelling is raw, the acting, especially by Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey, is flawless, and the world feels painfully real. Why I chose it? Because it made me feel something deep. The action is intense, yes, but it's the emotional weight that really hits hard. Every episode left me thinking about what I would have done in Joel's place. It's not just entertainment, it's an experience. Why I never get tired of watching it? The characters. Their chemistry, their growth, the way their relationship changes over time, it gets better every time I rewatch it. And those emotional scenes, they still hit just as hard, even when I know they're coming. Plus, the production quality is insanely good. I notice new details with each viewing.
There are just some things everyone agrees are just wrong.
Andor is the Star Wars story we didn't know we needed. And honestly, it's one of the best things to come out of the franchise. It strips away the lightsabers and space wizards and focuses on the gritty, grounded beginnings of the rebellion. At the center is Cassian Andor, a thief who slowly transforms into a rebel, not because he wants to be a hero, but because he has no other choice. This series dives deep into themes like oppression, sacrifice, and resistance. It's not just action, it's political, emotional, and incredibly human. The writing is sharp, the dialogue feels real, and the pacing is deliberate but rewarding. And let's be honest, that prison arc? Unforgettable. Why I chose it? Because it made the Star Wars universe feel real for the first time. I wasn't watching Legends or Chosen Ones. I was watching everyday people fight for something bigger than themselves. It's dark, intelligent, and filled with moments that hit harder than any space battle. Why I never get tired of watching it? There's so much to unpack. Every scene has layers, morally gray choices, personal struggles, quiet rebellions. I notice something new every time. And that monologue from Kino Loy? I get chills every time. Andor is the kind of show that respects your intelligence and pulls you in deeper with each rewatch.
Thank you for finding the time.
Daredevil Born Again is more than just a superhero show. It's a raw, brutal, and emotional journey of redemption, identity, and inner strength. Matt Murdock is a blind lawyer by day and a relentless vigilante by night, fighting crime in the dark alleys of Hell's Kitchen. But Born Again isn't just about fighting criminals. It's about Matt being torn apart, physically and emotionally, and rising from the ashes. This series captures what makes Daredevil so powerful, not just his abilities, but his resilience. It's about faith, pain, and what it means to keep going when everything and everyone is against you. With the return of Vincent D'Onofrio as the Kingpin, the stakes are even higher, and the personal drama is deeper than ever. Why I chose it? Because it's not just punches and parkour, it's storytelling with soul. Born Again digs into the psychology of a man who's constantly torn between justice and vengeance. It's dark, complex, and deeply human. And let's be honest, no one does grounded superhero action like Daredevil. Why I never get tired of watching it. Every fight scene is choreographed like a dance, raw, real, and full of emotion. The characters are layered, and the moral dilemmas feel painfully real. Plus, the emotional depth of Matt's journey makes it one of those stories I can revisit over and over, always finding something new.
I was raised to believe in grace. But I was also raised.
Game of Thrones is an epic like no other, set in the brutal and beautiful world of Westeros. It's a story of power, betrayal, war, and survival. From noble families fighting for the throne to assassins, dragons, and ancient threats from the north, every twist in this series feels like a punch to the gut. But Game of Thrones isn't just about battles and betrayals. It's about how power changes people, how loyalty is tested, and how no one, no matter how loved, is safe. The world building is massive, the characters are unforgettable, and the emotional investment off the charts. Why I chose it? Because no other show has ever shocked me, moved me, and completely pulled me into its world like this one. Even with its flaws, Game of Thrones gave us characters like Arya, Tyrion, and Daenerys, people we grew with, suffered with, and cheered for. It's the definition of epic storytelling. Why I never get tired of watching it. Even knowing what happens, rewatching early seasons hits differently. You catch all the foreshadowing, all the character shifts, and all the tiny choices that lead to massive consequences. And honestly, some scenes, like the Red Wedding or Battle of the Bastards, are so intense, they stay with you forever.
The ladder is real. The climb is all there is.
Lannister, Stark, Tyrell, Baratheon. They're all just spokes on a wheel, crushing those on the ground. I'm not going to stop.
So those are the 5 action series I could watch for the rest of my life. Each one has a special place in my heart, and honestly, I could talk about them forever. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments. What are your top 5? Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.